Savannah Hulin is a wife, mother, and warrior. The former beauty pageant winner served 3 tours of duty in Iraq as an intelligence analyst.
An intelligence analyst identifies the enemy on the battlefield and identifies the assets required to pinpoint the enemy, briefs the commanders on what assets are required to identify, exploit, and target the enemy.
In other words, Savannah's job was to find the bad guys and then figure out the best way to kill them.
I've always had a desire to want to help and protect people, so I've kind of wanted to keep that in the family, and I thought that was the best way to do it by joining the military.
Savannah and her family have invested a lot of sweat and blood providing freedom to you and your family. Her grandfather, Floyd Wicker, earned the Purple Heart for wounds he sustained during the Normandy invasion.
Dad was one of the very first Allied troops to land on Omaha Beach on D-Day, where he was wounded right away, machine gun bullet through the knee. But he kept crawling forward and shooting at the German bunkers, and finally got to some safety, and he was evacuated off the beach that night and earned a Purple Heart for that service.
Later in World War II, Grandpa Wicker earned the Bronze Star for single-handedly fighting off the Germans to save his fellow soldiers.
Dad was a bazookaman, and he held off a German Tiger tank with his bazooka while his buddies escaped. Dad was the last one out, and therefore earned a Bronze Star.
Savannah's dad wanted to uphold the family tradition of military service so much, he refused to allow a medical condition to sideline him during the Vietnam War.
Tried to go in the Marines, and they found the heart murmur during the pre-enlistment physical, and so they turned me down. Then I tried the Army, and they found it, turned me down. Finally, the Air Force, the doctor missed it, and I got in.
Up next for Mike and Savannah is a father-daughter date to D.C. Together, they'll take the Kentucky Colonel's Honor Flight, touring the memorials, honoring the selfless sacrifice of their family and others.
Well, I think it's because she shares something with all the veterans of all the wars, and there's a common bond there, I think, and I think it'll be very meaningful for her to see the memorials to the other wars that have been fought.
And this is extremely important to be able to walk this with my father and take this flight. And this will probably be one of the most memorable things to be able to do with my father.
Those veterans paid the price for us. Now it's our turn to pay the price for them. Please log on to kycolonels.org to make a tax-deductible donation to the Honorable Order of Kentucky Colonels so that we can support worthy causes such as the Kentucky Colonels Honor Flights.